You are welcome to this section. On this section, we'll be working on Facebook ad or meta advertising standards or policy. All right, this is very important because it's going to guide you so that you'll be able to run your ads. And even if you encounter any challenge, it's going to be very easy to skate through. Right, but before that, I would want us to have this understanding that there are some policies that will actually come up unexpected, in the sense that there are some policies that will show up or you fall victim even when they are not stated. So at times we learn from experience, right? For instance, there's this major challenge with IP address. When you're using different IP address to access your account will be restricted and you'll be asked to confirm your identity. That has been a major challenge from uh, this part of the country, like Nigeria, for instance, where MTN IP address is not stable. It changes. So while doing so, Facebook will limit or will restrict your account, asking you to verify your account, right? You may not encounter anywhere where it will be stated that your IP address is okay, that if you change IP address you'll be restricted. You may not see it anywhere stated, but from experience we observe that is a major challenge, right? So here we are going to be looking into some policies here, and we are going to be also considering the ones that are not stated here, just like I have mentioned, right? Now, these are standards that you need to actually follow, right? And they are divided into the following. They are divided into personal attributes, sensational content, COVID-19. You can see that COVID-19, if it is not about the COVID-19, or maybe let me say, if we are still in 2018, this would not be up, right? So there are some that will come up along the line. You need to adjust to some of them. For instance, look at this Russia. Due to the difficulties of operating in Russia at this time, as targeting in Russia will be paused. Can you see? So some of them will actually come to meet you, right? So it is good you stay updated with some of these things. That's the best way, right? Sensational content, COVID, cryptocurrency product and services, dating, drug and alcohol addiction treatment, online gaming, personal health and appearance, alcohol, social issues, right? These are other additional policies here that uh, you could go through, right? But let's start by going through each of these ones that we have here. On personal attribute, what is Meta saying about personal attribute? Note that this goes with both Facebook and Instagram, right? So personal attributes, if you click on personal attributes, you discover that under personal attributes, they don't allow advertiser to run ads that assert or imply the personal attribute of the viewer of an ad, such as their race or age. Instead, they recommend that you focus your ad on the benefit of your product and services whenever possible, right? Now, let's consider this. Okay, they are saying that when they found out that an ad asserts to imply personal attribute, it can lead to negative experience and lower ad engagement, right? For example, few clicks, views, and conversion. That's what they have observed, right? And what are these personal attributes? What are they? There could be prohibited personal attributes in terms of race, ethnicity, color, national origin, religion, right? Age, sex, and so on. You can see these are all of them listed here, right? Now, if you take a look at how these violations come in now, if you take a look at examples of violating ads with personal attribute, before we proceed, I will encourage you to try to learn it. Just type Facebook ad policy on your Google, you go through and you get to the same page that I am currently. But let me just copy it and paste to the group, should in case anyone would want to visit, uh, to go and visit or go through them. Okay, I'm coming. Just a few minutes. Let me copy it. Okay, this is it. Okay, that's it. Should in case you would want to study it, right? That's the link. So right now I'm working on personal attributes. That's what I'm trying to walk us through now, right? So I've stated the personal attribute. Let's look at the examples of these personal attributes. For instance, if you look at this thing now, look at this now. If this is an ad, you can see this one is religion based. Example ad text: meet other Jewish singles, right? Meet other Jewish singles. It is violating content. It implies that the individual's religion is Jewish, which they don't like, and they are giving you an alternative here that take this as an opportunity to highlight what someone who joins this group can expect as a member. Can you see? So instead of you pointing out that religion, they are expecting you to what? Come up with what they can expect if they are joining your training. For instance, there won't be any need to state that even if you are in Russia, you can still make money online, right? In as much as that may not really go against their policy, right? But stating Russia alone will make them to not want to consider it, right? So, is anyone following me? If you can follow me, please let me know in the chat section. If you are live and you're following me, please let me know in the chat section. All right. So, in terms of age, look at this one. Example: find out how our financial services can help people like you who just turned 62. Learn about how we can help you receive retirement benefits. Can you see? It is a violating content. So it implies knowledge of the exact age of the person who sees your ad. So it doesn't make sense. So they are giving you an alternative that explain how your financials are positioned to help potential customers, including seniors. So when you see some persons try to hide some sensitive words at times, for instance, instead of trying to say how to make money or how to make money online, even if how to make money online would not be a challenge, if I use how to overcome SAPA, or let me say how to overcome poverty in Nigeria, it's not going to be allowed. Like, they are going to reject it. But if I type how to overcome SAPA in Nigeria, Facebook really don't understand, or Meta don't understand what SAPA is, right? But then there are processes or there are stages to reviewing your ad. So if the bot may not really understand what SAPA is, and an individual try to go through your ad, or they try to check through your ad again, there's that possibility that if the person understands SAPA in Nigeria, anything can happen, right? So understanding some of these things that will trigger rejection or restriction is the best way to avoid them, right? So they have given you an alternative, and here is another one. This one is sexual orientation or practices. Meet other LGBTG singles on our app. It is a violating content. It implies that the audience are what? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and the rest, right? So they are giving you an alternative that take this as an opportunity to distinguish the unique accomplishment of your group and communicate future plans so that individuals can become involved. Now the question is, will the kind of copy they want you to use be able to convert people? Will it be able to convince people enough? Right? So that has been the challenge. So the kind of copy that will cause your audience to take action is not the kind of copy that will easily be accepted. That is where the big challenge is. It is very difficult. That's why it is good to be very smart to come up in a way that people will find it interesting. For instance, stories makes a lot of sense. I can decide to come up now with when I got admission to university, I find it very difficult to cope with my studies and to work so that I can earn to handle some of my educational needs. It became a challenge, but I was persistent and I was consistent a little I was doing, to the point where I discovered about how affiliate marketing operates. And the moment I gave myself that chance to like try how it works, after 3 months, 4 months, I was able to learn everything about. I was able to learn how affiliate marketing works, and at the end of the day, I was able to earn good money. I was able to go through like fend for my education. I was able to assist one or two other persons to also finish school. I was able to start up a side business. I was able to get myself a car, get myself a building, and today I make money consistently on affiliate marketing. I'm going to be reviewing this in my free webinar if you are interested. In as much as this is still a make money copy, but you can see how it is related. Like it is more like a story format. Is anyone following me? Hello? So in as much as it is a make money training, but it is story related. So such an ad will hardly be flagged. It will hardly be flagged. That's the kind of concept I use for health products most times, right? So you can see gender identities here. So you can go through some of these things and avoid personalizing some of those things. Avoid making them so straight to the point, like hitting the major target. In as much as hitting your audience makes sense, using the kind of words that goes against their policy is not really important. So if your audience, if you are my audience and I use you can make money online, Facebook will not accept it because of that you. And there are instances where they may accept it, but later they will reject it. So most of the times you learn from experience. That's the most important thing, from experience. Even if you go through their policy, right, it will still be very difficult. So sensational content, when it's about sensational content, shock or scare of disgust, right? Let's take a look at this. This includes but not limited to imagery that shows mutilation, fetuses that show dismemberment, human body waste, graphic details of hygiene or grooming such as pimple popping, non-medical foreign objects such as metal objects, knives, nails, animal innards or dismemberment, except in generic food processing, rotting or decomposition, graphic crime scenes or accident. Then these other ones focus on graphic violence or torture, act of torture committed against self or others, abuse of animals, highlight of sufferings, which includes but not limited to violent death or life-threatening, and so on, depict the brandishing of firearms, show firearm being pointed at the viewer, implies the use of firearms such as cocking a firearm, right? Now look at this full sensational advertising policy. Let's go through it and see what happens. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if we have any image, but there's no image here. There's no image here. So you just try your best to go through. The document is actually very much. If I am to go through everything here, the document is much. So just try to ensure that you follow everything step by step, so that you have a deep understanding of everything. But if you know it is too much, just copy it, paste it to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will just maybe summarize it so that you have your understanding, right? Let's take a look at this COVID-19. Controversial content. Ad must not contain content that exploits crises or controversial political or social issues for commercial purposes. Restrictions for high demand of products. Oh, these things there. Examples of ad allowed: ads that promote information related to COVID-19 vaccines, which includes information regarding where people can go to get vaccinated, promoting. So when you hear about e-commerce people running ads telling you that their ad are accepted, their ads still get rejected because most of them don't follow the advertising policy. And there are instances where people follow advertising policy, but at the end of the day, they will make use of a preset page which works as a bridge page, in the sense that it will hide the main content of the sales page, right? Since you are going to be using the kind of sales page that must convert, you are definitely going to be hiding some of the sensitive information from Facebook. And that's why you see some persons, they will do a bridge page. Let me show you what I mean by a bridge page. Let me try something here. Let me see if this page will work. Let's see. All right, can you see this ad? The moment you click on this ad from Facebook, this is what you are going to see, right? So if I click here to get the solution now, it will take me to the main sales page. And on this sales page, I'm going to be seeing sensitive information that if you show them to Facebook, can you see? If you show them to Facebook, Facebook will block or reject or restrict your account instantly. But because if you show it on the first page, Facebook is going to restrict you. That's why you can see that they had to use a preset page to hide it. Right? Look at this claim. Within just 3 weeks from now, you can completely wipe away Pi. So this kind of promise is something that Facebook will not even accept. But because they had to use a preset page to hide it, this is the only page that Facebook is going to see. This is a page, except they're able to go through this button here before they are going to see the next page, before they can say, okay, this ad actually goes against advertising policy. So this is what most e-commerce people that use sensitive product, this is what they do, or use sensitive content or copies that will go against their advertising policy. So this is what most of them do. That's when, if you are running sales page or a conversion ad, this is what most of them do, right? It is not in all niche, but once after writing your copy or your sales page, you discover that your sales page is very sensitive. It's something that Facebook will not reject. They will not accept. That's when they consider what the preset page, right? Is anyone following? Is anyone following me? Or am I just here myself? Okay, let's see. Let's consider. I will skip this cryptocurrency. I'll skip these other ones. I'll come to drug and addiction, then personal health and appearance, right? Then I will allow you to just go walk yourself through them. Try to read them through, because we'll not be able to cover everything if we are to do that this night. Now, what's drug and alcohol addiction treatment? This is very limited. Let me see. Okay, can you see? With certification from LegiScript and permission from Meta, advertisers can run ads that promote in-person addiction treatment, right? Addiction hotlines, mutual support group. This is what you must have a legal license before you can consider some of this drug and alcohol promotion, right? So in a situation whereby your company or your brand is not legal, you are going to have issue. You are going to have issue. Even if it is legal, if you don't have permission from them regarding those things, you are going to have issues with them, right? Now, let me look at this personal health and appearance. Now, this is going to work for health product people. Most of you that have a slim or shape body wrapper or whatever, fat crusher or so, right? This is where you are going to be facing issues. Can you see example? Weight loss service with potential of negative self-perception. Look at this image. If you use this image, Facebook is not going to accept it because what? It's showing you reducing in weight. They are not going to accept it, right? Then look at this other one. They do not allow ads that use before and after images. Can you see? Before and after images with idealized results. They don't accept it. Let's read full information about this personal and see. Let's go through it. The thing is, look at this one. This image focuses on physical fitness. It is allowed. This image promotes healthy eating habit. It is allowed. This image is of a person drinking. Allowed. Look at this one, not allowed. Can you see? This is a non-compliant image of wrinkles. Not allowed. This image of a person's abs is zoomed in and non-compliant. Not allowed. Look at this one. Image implies weight loss and would be non-compliant if used to promote a diet or weight loss product. Not allowed. This image too, this one is about the weight loss. Not allowed. Weight loss, not allowed. Skin lightening, that's what this one is about. Not allowed. Can you see? So there is so much to actually consider before you start jumping into setting up your ad so that you don't get to face lot of advertising restrictions, because it's very common. It has been so you can take your time to go through them, right? Go through them so that you can have an insight of how some of these things work, right? So that you can have an insight of how this thing works so that you stay safe while you are running your ads. It is very important. Are we following? Are we following? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Is there any question, any challenge? There is so much to discuss about that, but I just have to do justice to share this to guide you through the page so that you take your time to go and study it yourself. That's the most important thing. Studying it yourself is what is going to help you, right? Not what I'm going to be sharing here. Studying it to understand everything that is there. Because even me, I still try to temper with their policy because I know that there is no way you can get your result at times without going against their policy. It is not very easy. There are some kind of words you use in your video, it will become an issue. There's some kind of, you even publish an ad before you know they will reject it. If your visuals, your designs are not of high quality, they will even reject it. And your phone number, you should not use two phone numbers on two different accounts. Like you want to verify them using one phone number in two different accounts. It is not advisable. It is not advisable. If an account is restricted, it is advisable that you don't connect it to your page, right? So that they don't get to tell you that this account is associating with untrustworthy account, right? Then in the case of a situation whereby you violated once or you run an ad, it is rejected, delete that ad. delete it completely. Because if you run multiple ads and they are rejected multiple times, they will restrict you, telling you that your ad have been rejected multiple times, right? And that won't really make sense. That won't really make sense. So your copy should be very realistic, and your copy should follow their guidelines in order not to, just like promising what is not realistic, promising what is deceptive. You are going to be hearing things like your content is misleading, deceptive, you are trying to circumvent, like divert from Facebook advertising policy, like things of that nature, right? So you need to be very careful, you need to be very careful with that, or else you are going to be restricted from running ads, and if you are restricted, it's going to definitely affect the performance of your ad, right? We are not responding, we are not answering. Are we here? Are we here? All right, great. So that's little about Facebook ad policy. There is a lot about it, right? So just ensure that you go through the advertising policy page, the one I sent. Go through it and study it. If you encounter any challenge, try to note it down. Try to note it down so that tomorrow, or try to know how you figured it out, so that tomorrow, if you are still having that same issue, you'll be able to come out of it.